What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, people? What's happening? Shut up. What's good, people? How is everyone? Who's in the building? Who's in the building? Yeah, Jazz, are you in? Yeah. Jazz, let me bring you in. Let me bring you in, champ. Jazz, request to be in, champ. Trying to work out this thing. Give me a second. I'm trying to work out this thing. You know me, I don't really know what I'm doing with this shit. There you go. There you go. When you're on, Jazz, you gotta accept that shit. Yo.
Yeah, man. Yo.
Hello, son.
What's going on, mate? How's it going?
How you doing, mate? Yeah, I'm alright. I'm alright. How you, mate?
Good. Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. It's come to the point where I think we've had to come online and just address it because it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy.
Yeah. So, like, I'll preface this quickly and put it simply. We're in hard times around the world right now, and I actually saw a funny question, right? And this is the question just popped up. Everyone's a trader since Rona. And that is exactly it. Like, that's the best way to put it, bro. Like, the second hard times come, like, all the scammers come out and all of the get-rich-quick schemes are all over the place. And it's only because recently I've had so many phone calls and messages from people I know, like, yo, like, what investment should I be getting into? Oh, I want to start trading, or I want to start buying stocks, etc., etc. And it's the misinformation that they've come with. It's not so much that they're asking. I have no issue with people trying to do anything, right? That's not the issue. The issue is the misinformation that's coming to them. So I thought, obviously, when I last saw you, we had like a conversation about this sort of thing anyway. So I thought actually it'll be dope to like get your viewpoint on this shit as well because of what you do. So this is probably good to like explain what you do first. Do you know what I'm saying? And then people can understand your viewpoint.
Yeah, let's start from the beginning, innit? Because otherwise we get a little bit confusing. But yeah, I think just to talk a little bit about what you're saying, like these things have always been out there, yeah. These get rich quick schemes, these scams. But I think what's happened in lockdown and coinciding with crypto going off the fucking chain, these two have come at the perfect time, like the most opportune time.
It's a scammer's dream. It's a scammer's dream. But also, right, and I was saying this to you earlier, like I don't know what are the scammers' mentality or the people who actually fall for it. So because there's it takes two to tango. Like the people who get sucked into this sort of stuff are those who they don't really want to work hard. Yeah, I mean, I guarantee you, a lot of the people who lose big money, 1% or at least 1% at the back of their head, they knew this shit isn't real, but they just wanted some sort of easy, quick, get rich quick scheme, and that makes you susceptible. So it really starts with the mindset. But anyway, back to what I do. So for those of you who don't know, like, so basically I'm in the like work from home niche and the whole advertising space. So we come across a lot of this, like you know, get rich quick and crypto and Forex. We see this on a daily basis, right? So there is a real, like I always say to people, you can get rich slow. Yeah, so like there's no such thing as really get rich quick because it just doesn't exist. But what we do is we create products, we sell them online.
Unless you bought like 50 Bitcoin 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, there's the odd exception, right? There's the odd exception.
I'm just winding you up. I'm winding you up.
Yeah, I mean, but obviously it just doesn't exist, man. But yeah, that, I think some of my followers on here, so you know what I do, but it's kind of complicated to explain because people don't really understand. But really, we're in the digital marketing space, so we drive a lot of traffic. We drive traffic to websites, but also we convert that traffic, turn it into customers. We employ proper marketing tactics. We help businesses grow through advertising, through branding, positioning.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I think one of the big things that's happening now, right? So I don't know your audience exactly, but I know my audience. So, and I always tell them, a couple of things. The first thing you need to do is education is power, right? Because if you don't have the knowledge or you don't know what's going on, you're gonna fall for some pretty stupid shit. I mean, look what Trump supporters are doing right now, right? How stupid is this, right? Because they just don't know. They just don't know what they do. They're stupid. So same is here. And there's a lot of FOMO going on, okay? Fear of missing out. So what's happening from what I can see is, because some of the message I'm getting from people it's alarming, because, and it's like they feel as though if they don't jump on this right now, right, that they're gonna miss out on something. Yeah. Do you understand? So,
yeah.
Because FOMO it's a powerful marketing principle, but you have to use it ethically. What's happening in these scams is they're like fucking stick your life savings in, or you'll miss out. There'll never be another thing like this again.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a psychological thing, right? But I suppose we should get a bit more in detail about it, because first of all, there's a lot of my clients and colleagues and friends are 100% legit crypto traders. So shout out to them. They're sick, right? But the problem becomes when, the people are like, give me your money and I'll trade it for you. Or join this. Yeah. The worst one of these, the MLMs mixed with the Forex and the crypto. Just before this, I was talking.
See, last time we had this conversation, you got defensive though, because my thing is that I don't see how like trading is a science as much as it is an art. And obviously, everyone knows a rap here. I've been in finance for over a decade, and my experience goes all the way. I started in equities and shares to FX, and I've been doing crypto for 3 to 4 years. Sorry, 4 years, from 16, 17 to 4, 5 years. I've been doing crypto, and not just trading, just studying everything, studying the market. I don't understand, and well, I understand. Sorry, in a gold rush, you sell shovels. That is business, right? When there's a gold rush, you sell shovels. I.e., if crypto is going well, I want to own an exchange. I want to own something that takes money out of what you do to get your money in. So I understand. In our team, we'll send you signals and we'll teach you how to get rich, etc., right? These people that are selling it to you aren't taking the signals themselves. Their money is not being earned from trading. It's being earned from signing you up onto this fucking course or whatever, right? And I think that's my issue. And anything that involves not actually selling the product and just affiliations and affiliates, like even in my business, bro, we have an affiliate scheme, we have a partnership scheme, but it involves end client. It's about getting end client. It's not about just bring on more introducers, because then no one's introducing anything but more introducers. So I think my beef with this thing, investing, is that investing is sophisticated. Like it's not just a case of, hey, you should buy X stock today. And you know what? Someone might get it right. The same way when the Grand National comes on, someone might give you some tips on the horses, right? Some might come in. But bro, to really understand horses, you need to understand the breeding of horses. You need to understand the trainers. You need to understand the jockeys. And then you'll have a decent understanding of maybe what's going to happen in that race. But the reality is you need to know what those horses are eating and who's cheating, and you know what I'm saying? Trading there's so much involved in it. There's you know, there's technical analysis, there's fundamental analysis, there's so much to it. You can't just learn that in a 1 week course, bro. I'm sorry, you can't. I've done this for 10 years and I still don't know everything. And believe me, if I knew that much, I'd be a trillionaire. I would be on a yacht. We wouldn't be having this conversation. I would be living that life that they show you on Instagram. That's all rented, by the way. It's not real. And my problem is the people that get suckered in and lose their hard-earned cash. And yes, to an extent, I kind of don't feel sorry for some of these people, because you're chasing a quick buck and you do need to learn that lesson, and a fool in his money is soon parted. But at the same time, it's like, you know, it's deep in it. That's how I feel. It's kind of deep. So
I think you made some pretty good points there, man. Like the first thing you said, about during a gold rush, sell the shovels. This is the most important thing. So for anybody watching this who wants to jump on this crypto hype, let's say, this is what I would recommend, and this is what I recommend to my students and stuff. Okay, right now everybody is curious to know what's happening in crypto, what's happening in Bitcoin or whatever. So this is a perfect opportunity for you to basically siphon some of these searches, some of this traffic towards your own blog, right? For example, we're making a video right now talking about crypto, right? So I could take this content, upload it to YouTube, you know, and it would get ranked because I'd hit the relevant keywords, crypto, this, that. And all those people looking how to make money with crypto, I could then have their eyeballs on my brand, my YouTube channel, my products. That's how you do online marketing, right? And then from there, you kind of build a relationship with this audience. Then you introduce them to real ways of like how to start a business or whatever your passion is, right? So it's like, let's say even if you sell golf clubs, right now, you know, there's a lot of people searching for crypto, so you can get all those eyeballs on your web page, and then, you know, slowly start introducing them to your golf clubs or whatever. Then so then you were like about the MLM side of it, right? So Forex MLMs are extremely dangerous. We're in 100% agreement with that. And what's even worse, 100% agree. What's even worse is the way they've brainwashed the leaders. And, you know, a lot of my clients are some of the biggest MLM marketers in the world, and I have huge respect for them. That's why.
I have nothing against MLM. Listen, I have nothing against MLM as a.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
It's trading in MLM.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, because it's different, and we can break that down. But the problem with this Forex MLM, it's become a huge problem, because, I mean, it's ridiculous. I can't believe we're even saying this, but basically the people joining these, you know, getting these pips and signals and whatever. Firstly, they're learning like the very basics of trading, firstly. Secondly, the ones who are making money because they're recruiting a ton of people, okay?
Yeah.
This is a fact. I'm telling you guys right now. These are my clients, right? I know this industry. But the way they portray it is like they'll be on a yacht or something, and they'll be like, oh, we're catching pips. It's like, what? I mean, honestly,
I think it's important to tell people now, if you get referred to a platform to trade, there's two ways that you can make your money from it, right? I don't know if you're familiar with this. So one is you get paid from your clients' losses. What happens is, if you place a bet and say on the platform, let's say you're using Trade 212 or FX Pro or something, and you say you want gold to go up, because they know you're a shit trader, they will say gold will go down, and they'll make a profit off your loss. Do you get what I'm saying?
100%.
If you're a good trader, every time you trade, they'll be making, I don't know, £4. Let's say every time you enter and exit a trade, so they'll make £8. The person that introduces gets some money out of it. That's not so much of an issue, because that's just getting paid every time you trade. That's fine. But what happens is they're usually front running you and making money off your losses. That's generally what happens most of the time in these trading affiliate schemes, which is why it's very frowned upon now. In any sort of affiliate scheme to do with trading, But it's not FCA regulated. First of all, it's regulated by the Gambling Commission. That needs to tell you, that's everything you need to know. Spread betting is not regulated by the FCA. It's regulated by the Gambling Commission in fucking Cyprus.
Like honestly, man, I think you know, when it comes to Forex, when it comes to trading and stuff, it's like even with the stocks, right? Even stocks now, it's a very similar thing. So there's a lot of people that, you know, made decent money on the stock market, but you know, you got to remember, these are things that like people study years for, and you know, traders, they're often at their screens for the whole day. So you know, it's just about using like common sense for one. Like even, you know, I asked you in the lockdown, I wanted to take advantage of the stock market, but you know, I learned first. Like the main thing is you have to learn, right? Learn the foundations, learn the basics first, and then you protect yourself from scams, basically, right? But I think the main message is like, look, if it sounds too good to be true, because there's a lot of it now, and to be honest, it's not, you know, we're not immune to it. Like when I started, I fell for some stuff, definitely, man, because the way it's presented, it's very convincing. And not just that, but a lot of these MLMs, particularly the Forex ones, they're very cult-like. So you're not allowed to say anything bad about them. You know what? It's very cult-like. You know, even if they'll be going down the street for a nice walk. Oh, I'm going on this walk because of my brilliant team. Everything's linked back to this. Do you see what I mean? It's crazy.
It's just the cult, isn't it? It is the cult.
It's a cult. And the thing is, if you know, if you speak against the cult or you say something wrong, they got shit mindset. Your mindset's broke, bro. And they all start reading Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Bro, isn't Robert Kiyosaki broke? Didn't go bankrupt?
Well, that's Robert Kiyosaki. That's the funny. It's a great book, right? But I could teach you that lesson. In 3 seconds. You know, buy assets and try and limit your liabilities. Done. That's it. Like, what's that got to do with a Forex scam? Like, it doesn't make anyway. But this is what happens, bro. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely an interesting discussion, though. And
JB, what's good, JB? Yeah, go on, carry on.
Yeah, it's alarming, man. It's alarming at the rate that it's growing, but it's also alarming at the kind of people that are asking me as well. Because you know, I won't say who or what, but like I was telling you the other time, that somebody came to me, like an elder in our family, and he was like, oh, you know, I saw in the newspaper that Antidec are doing this Bitcoin thing. No, not newspaper, sorry, online newspaper. No, but you know what? It's funny to us, but people who aren't used to the internet and aren't savvy of these scams, it's very dangerous, man. Earlier today, somebody cold called the house. Somebody cold called the house, saying that that they're from the washing machine thing. They want to speak to my mum, right? You know what's going to happen? They're going to ask for credit card details, and they're going to scam. So it's everywhere now, and it's quite dangerous. And I guess the best way to do it is to have conversations like this.
I suppose. I mean, I think it's as simple as, hold on, all right, so I've got a question here. By the way, you can ask questions and I'll answer them. I've got one question here, and I'm going to use this, and I'm sorry that I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to use this as a key example as to why all of these scams work, right? We'll bring the question up. 3 long-term stocks you would invest in. First of all, why do you care what I would invest in? what I would, bruv, how do you know I know anything about stocks? That's the reality of this shit. Like, what you need to do is study it yourself, because what I invest in may not be what you agree with, first of all. Like, we're all different religions, first of all. Certain religions invest in certain things. Some religions won't invest in, you know, alcohol companies, tobacco companies, etc., or cannabis companies. And then some people, for example, Tesla, I have a lot of fun with when I speak to my finance friends, in the sense of a lot of them hate Elon Musk. They don't understand why Tesla is so high. Me, I love Elon. I don't give a shit about numbers. I buy the stock. However, right, let's be honest, the numbers are fucked at Tesla. Like, they
There's no
never
logic.
make cars on time. The fucking cars hardly don't work. But this is a guy that is going to go to Mars, bro. So this is why what I invest in may not be what you should invest in. And also, 3 long-term stocks you would invest in. What's long-term, bro? What the key to this is, and I'm sorry to pick on that question, yeah, and love, but I don't mean to pick on you. What I mean, but when I'm saying this is that just because someone says to buy something online and they seem credible, yes, I might seem credible because I've taught myself up a little bit here. You don't know nothing about me. I could just be lying here. I may have no experience in finance whatsoever. I'm going to tell you, yeah, dump your savings into fucking Amazon, Tesla, and Apple. And if you go broke, it's your fault for listening to me then. We're 2 guys on the Instagram live, bro. I'm not giving you investment. I'm not here to give investment advice, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not here to tell people what to buy. This is not the point of this conversation. That's not what I do. I'm not an investment advisor. I'm not going to do that.
A funny one I always hear is like, I invested in this because Warren Buffett did it.
Warren Buffett, bro.
So here's the thing, right? Warren Buffett's capital and your capital is completely different.
Yeah.
Okay, so when Warren Buffett started coming out of banks or moving his positions out of banks, I think during the first lockdown, if I remember, and that's cool. He's got billions in the stock market. Okay, it's different for everybody. But anyway, the main point I want to make is I don't even understand why stocks and Forex are like, why is that the topic? These are difficult topics. I don't even understand. You're in that game, right? But just because it sounds like an easy way to make money, firstly, it's not. Secondly, it's attached to the economy, which people don't understand properly. Like, to be honest, bro, people don't even understand how money works. They don't even understand what money is. You just see what I mean? That's where you should start. But say you're trying to look to make now.
Fucking good point.
Let's talk about the real point here. Yeah? People are looking for legit side hustles. You understand? So
yeah,
Forex and stock trading wouldn't even be in my top 100. I would say stay way back.
It's not investing isn't a side hustle. Investing is investing.
That's what I'm saying. So it's such a big deal. Like, it's such a delicate thing, and you have to educate yourself so much. I can't believe that it's being taken so lightly. Firstly, but secondly.
No, so one thing I'll interject you there. Do you know what it is? It's they gamified it. So have you ever used free trade?
Yeah.
Have you ever used free trade app? They've gamified it. They've made it so fun. Like, look,
you're right, man.
All right, in my world, we call the stock market the casino. When the market's open, I say the casino's open.
Yeah.
Bro, they're gamifying it and make it.
Right.
Do you get what I mean? That's what it is. So sorry, continue what you're saying, but that's what it is. The game of
Yeah, you nailed it. This is why, because I guess it's an easy thing to get to gamify as well. But yeah, I mean, like, if you're looking like legit side hustles, like, we live in an age where like being attractive on Instagram is a legit business model, right? So think about how that works.
Tell me about it. I make fucking millions from
it. So it's very simple, yeah. You know what you should just do if you do want a legit thing? Pick what you're really passionate about, okay? It could be fucking flip-flops. It could be water. It could be anything. Gaming, right? Pick what you're really passionate about and start to create content about it, okay? Whether it's writing articles, video would be best, yeah?
All right, stop laughing at that. I ain't that ugly. Fucking hell, that's that would have been too funny. What's that with these people, bro?
So yeah,
we'll start purging, bro. Anyway, go.
No, but you get my point. Like, it's a viable business model in 2021. Yeah, just like being lit or whatever on Insta. So if you're not lit, then, like, I'm not saying to make yourself lit. Don't get plastic surgery or nothing. I'm saying there's other ways to get eyeballs on you. It's all about value, all right? And those influencers aren't killing it that much anyway, because there's a limit to the value that they. All right, cool, you're pegged. Well, what else? Do you know what I mean?
No, but it's modeling, isn't it? It's modeling, like, it's like advertising clothes and shit like that. And sorry, let's have it right. Let's have it right. They're prostitutes. They're selling sex. Let's have it right. That's what they're doing, innit? If we're all gonna be honest, we know that's what they're doing, innit? Like, they're not selling clothes on Boohoo, bro. They're selling sex on OnlyFans and that. That's what they're doing. That's the business model, bro. They're selling sex.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm gonna assume that most of the people on here aren't models, right? So, and I'm guess they're gonna be wondering what can we do. So, like I'm saying, just pick something you're passionate about, right? Anything at all, and just start to create content about it. That's
So
it. Don't
I wouldn't
overthink it.
usually do this, yeah. But
Mm.
people always need spoon feeding,
Mm.
and sometimes it's just to get the juices flowing. Like, you
Yeah.
know, just to say, oh, I want to open a business. Oh, that sounds great. What the fuck am I going to sell? Do you get what I mean? Like,
Mm.
let's give some examples on like viable side hustles, yeah. And I've tried every, you know me all my life. I think I've tried every hustle there is on the planet, right?
Mm.
And I can tell you, I'm going to think of some now which have no startup capital. And what you're saying there, content creation, I think, is the top one in this day and age. We have a phone with a camera on it.
That's it.
You can write blog. I mean, blogs are, I mean, they're pretty negative sum game, but can still work. Just generally video blogs, that sort of thing can be cool. Drop shipping t-shirts, getting t-shirts printed
Yep.
and selling certain things. Do you get what I'm saying? So
yeah. Dropshipping's hot. Dropshipping's hot, man.
like there's there was a story of someone who created teddy bears like years ago, and it said fuck love, and they sold them on Valentine's Day, right?
Yeah,
and
I see that.
they made a fucking killing on it. And it's just silly things like that, like, you know, like fuck 2020. There, people would buy that t-shirt just for a laugh. It was only a tenner, like that sort of thing. So I don't know if you want to give some ideas. I'm just ones from the top of my head that, like, yeah, there's some things you can literally start today and just go, yeah, fuck it, I can start doing it. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, no, they're definitely good, man. Look, the one where you're like drop shipping is a good one because, and again, you don't have to overthink it. So, like, you know, coming up with that teddy bear, that fuck love or Valentine's is quite a good idea. But even little simple things, you basically, you know, you grab the products from China for X amount, whatever. You mark it up. You never handle the product, and you send it straight to the consumer. Yeah, and there's not much legwork in that. So that's one, drop shipping. Then, you know, one that's underlooked. This is how I really started, but like a little bit is freelance work. You know, so when I was at uni, I just wrote articles for people because. So this just requires you to understand and be able to write basic English. Okay, so it's not that difficult.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, because people always need content for their website, for their blogs. So the way we work, we'd offer our services as a freelancer, and you could go onto Upwork or Fiverr and do that. List your
people per
services.
hour as well. I use people per hour a lot.
People per hour. Yeah. So the gig niche is very big right now, right?
Yeah, we are in the gig economy now.
We're in a gig economy. Oh, 100%. In fact, you've seen, I won't go that, but you've seen the Naval podcast where he basically says the whole thing.
Yeah. And so, we're in that. We're definitely in that.
Oh, 100%. So I did articles back then. That's long. Now, the kids these days, sound fucking old, but basically they can edit videos, they can create logos, they can, you know, I can't even barely build a website, right? But all these services, people need this stuff. So get yourself onto Fiverr, get yourself onto a marketplace, right? By the way, we're actually launching one. Go check out Curate Project. Is that cool to plug that in? But it's mine anyway.
You're joking, dude.
Oh, fuck it. Follow at Curate Project. We're about to change the game. But anyway. So, you know.
It's a Forex scam.
Well, no, see? Well, this is the thing. Shall I not? Okay. I'm not gonna get into it. Okay, cool. So yeah, you could, you know, you're definitely better at something than somebody else, right? So you can then offer those skills. The basic one for me was just being able to write, but there's a lot of people who are very good at like logo design.
Yeah.
You may even really be good. You may be even really good at advice or something like that. Those are services you can actually package up and sell.
Consulting. Yeah, there's a lot of freelance consultants.
There's a lot of things you can do out there. Let me think of some others. So affiliate marketing, just basic affiliate marketing. So, you know, if you don't want to use paid ads, we're saying zero startup cost. Affiliate marketing is quite simple because you basically promote other people's products, so you don't handle anything. It's hands off, and you get paid every time, you know, you send them a customer or you send them a lead or something like that. And you can create the traffic, the users for that just off your social media, which everybody's on anyway. So
yeah,
you know, it's like people are very good on Instagram scrolling and stuff. Like you may as well monetize that, right? You may as well use it for some good.
yeah.
But yeah, really, I think, you know, you have to like have a certain amount of passion for it. Do you know what I mean? Like the reason these Forex things work so well, these scams, is because people don't really want to work, right? They don't really want to put the work in.
Selling people the dream is easy. Like,
it's easy.
It's piss easy.
Yeah, and so the thing we have to fix, because we're never going to fix the Forex scammers, right? But we can fix the mindset of people that want to get rich quick and change that mindset to, okay, I can get rich, but I'm going to get rich slow. You know, I'm going to build some cash flow, then I'm going to be smart and invest it. I'm going to create some leverage, and I'm going to take this cash and invest it into either a mentor, like learn how to do this shit for real, maybe into a course. You know, not like, oh, I made $2,000, let me stick it in Bitcoin and become rich. If it was that easy, bruv, we'd all be billionaires.
Yeah, it would be great. Yeah, and I think like the main thing, just because you mentioned Bitcoin there for a second, is it's all about understanding, right? This whole thing, like before I bought a single, bruv, I was buying. So this funny story. I was buying Ethereum for £1. The first time I bought Ethereum, it was £1 because I was building a DApp, decentralized application on the Ethereum network. So when I was like just studying crypto stuff, Bitcoin, once I got my head around how Bitcoin works, Ethereum is naturally the next thing you come across, right? And to be honest, it's way more interesting because of the applications that are built on it, right? And then the first time I bought Ethereum was for £1, but it was because I was creating a DApp. So I bought that and it's used as gas on the network, right? And I think about that day to day and I'm thinking like, shit, man, I should have bought like 1,000 Ethereum. Do you get what I'm saying? However, I was just learning at the time. I didn't really put a penny into crypto, i.e. investing wise, for about a year. I sat and I learned. I really learned. And then once I felt like I understood it to an extent, I didn't understand everything. I actually have, by the way, I have a crypto website called coinandwallet.com. Which is a good starter's guide. Because I don't make no money from that. I have no financial gain from that website. So like it's a decent startup thing where you can just learn about it. But I learned about crypto before I parted with a penny. Do you get what I'm saying? The problem is now is I get phone calls like, yo, what coin shall I buy? Yo, what's this crypto? And bro, you know what it is with my friends? It's like, yo, doggy, what's this crypto thing, bro? Like, I had loads of calls like, yo, like, let me just give you 10 racks, you know, take your bit. You know what I'm saying? 10, 20 racks, you know, invest it, take your bit. Like, and the problem is, what I fear sometimes is that, you know, I'll always give a friend my time and say, listen, no, don't fucking do it. Learn it. And I know they're all going to go and then they're just going to go to someone else and they're going to part with their money and get scammed. You get what I mean? It's like, you know, when you got like a young kid or cousin that's like, oh, can I get a cigarette? Nah, they're going to go to someone else and get it as well. So it's like, you've done your bit, you've done the right thing, but they still want it. So they're still going to go do it. And I think that's my issue, that it's like, I've clocked a lot of people do it. Like 1 minute they're asking me, I've told them, hey, my thing for FX, if you're trading FX, is learn it for a year, paper trade it. What did I tell you? Remember? The time I was at your house, I said, learn this shit. So I'm not gassing here. This is what I say to people.
This is the truth.
Right? Do it, demo, paper trade it. After a year, when you're comfortable, chuck some money in. Because the reality is 90% of traders lose money. 90%. That means if there's 10 traders on Instagram telling you they make money, at maximum, only one of them does. At maximum, bro. So they're all fucking lying. They're just selling you a lifestyle.
Yeah, man. For sure. Like even, and I think, you know, it does come down to like, So when I started, well, not that I'm a trader or anything. I asked you, and I kind of wanted to seek out that knowledge, right, and just see okay, what is this trading thing? Yeah. So, you know, I think one of the big problems is that people, because of society, or basically the way we're taught in schools, people don't actually know how to learn properly. People don't actually know what learning is, right? So
What do you mean?
it's like with Forex, for example, I knew I had to get a certain level of knowledge, like foundational knowledge.
Yeah.
Even before I could ask like reasonable questions about it. Yeah? So I got that knowledge, and I saw what Forex was about, and I was like, nah, this is not for me. I ain't really a numbers guy. I don't really care. I don't really want to be looking at charts, and you know, it's just not for me. Like, nah. But then on the stocks and shares, because it's different. Yeah, you look at the companies, you look at where the company's going, how it's performing, and you can actually get involved in you know, like for example, a stock like tech stocks like Facebook, and you know, stocks that you were actually passionate about, things like that. Then that appealed to me. So therefore, naturally, I was more inclined to learn about it, see how it worked, and then from that point, once you have that point, you can actually start making better decisions, right? So that's what you want to do. Like you want to get a certain level of knowledge before you're out there fucking spray gunning your cash into like 60 different crypto wallets or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? And that's it, really, man. Like that, I would say, you know, there's a lot of levels of deception here, but you know, people not understanding how to learn properly is definitely one of them. Like there's almost a fear of finding out the truth and actually knowing that knowledge properly, because once they dig deep enough, they'll realize like, oh shit, okay, I actually have to do some learning here.
Yeah.
Or oh shit, it's not get rich quick, you know. And I think there's definitely a get rich quick mindset. It's prevalent for sure, man.
Yeah, it is that, but I think you'll never change that about society. That people wanting to get rich quick is always going to be a viable business model for a scammer. It's always going to be viable. I think people just got to be wise to it, that if it sounds too good to be true, it's not. That is, I think, the simple thing when it comes to investing. Like, just because someone got into Tesla at the right time and has made 800% on that investment doesn't mean if you buy it today, you'll also make 800%. And I think sometimes that's the mindset that people have. That if you come to me and say, oh, I bought, I don't know, Apple when it was only £2, I think, oh shit, well, Jazz made 100%. I'll buy it as well, and then I'll go and lose all my money because I buy it at the top. So
yeah, so I guess like what we're doing here today is trying to you know, create some protection from the rise of these online scams, mainly on Instagram, Forex traders flashing their Bentleys and stuff. So I think one way to do that is to always be aware of your emotions, right? Because when you know, in selling, when you buy something, you buy with your emotions. So always be aware of how this thing is making you feel, okay? And usually what happens, usually what happens with these scams is they create some sort of fear, okay? Fear of missing out, especially with these Forex ones, or they make you feel left out. Like, you know, we're over here on these yachts and we're popping bottles and you're not. Or you're dumb, we know something you don't know. Or fuck, if you don't come with us, you're gonna miss the next Netflix stock. You know, we pick Netflix. You know, would you like to know what the next do you want to miss the next Bitcoin wave, the second? So always be aware of what you're feeling. If you find yourself feeling like, fuck man, I need to get my card and join this now, quickly be aware and come back to logic. Yeah, because what happens, we buy with logic, we buy with emotion, and we justify.
And you justify with the logic. Yeah.
So always, this is how, you know, salesmen like come to me. I'm like, okay, thanks. They're like, what the fuck? Are you a robot? I'm like, nah, man, I do this stuff. You know, I understand it fully. Like, just cut to the chase. We don't need to go back and forth. What have you got for me? Is it of value? And that's how I make my buying decisions. I think that's the best way. So always be aware how you feel, right? and I think there is this sense as well. I think there is this sense that I think a lot of people on Instagram, they kind of want to be these traders sliding their DMs or whatever, and they're like, fuck man, this is my ticket to you know, to make a quick, I don't know, 50 bags or whatever. Then I'm gonna get this watch and I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show all my Insta followers. So there's this sense that I'm gonna do something on the side by myself and I'm gonna become real rich quickly. But it's never gonna happen.
And they start spending the money before they even make it, bruv.
Well, I mean, that's crazy, but yeah, just, you know, just be logic, just apply logic to these things, right? Just apply logic to these things and learn for yourself. Like, just actually learn for yourself. We have internet here, we have Google, you know, there's so much stuff. I learned the little that I do know about stocks and stuff. I learned from YouTube, from a free channel.
Yeah.
I'm reading, what's it called? Fucking Bloomberg and all that, yeah?
Yeah.
So you also have to know how to look for good information. Yeah, so...
And you learn that as you gather information, though. You start learning what's shit and what's not, right?
That's what I'm saying. You have to learn how to learn.
Yeah.
People don't know how to learn. They're used to going to school and some butters teacher standing up there reading from a slide. You know, well, that's not learning, bro. So we have to learn for ourselves now. Like, nobody's going to teach you this shit. Nobody in school teaches you about money. No one teaches you how to sell. No one teaches you how to make smart investments or anything like that. So, and they definitely don't teach you how to learn. The style of learning in school is one of the worst I've ever seen. You know, I definitely didn't learn much. I don't know about you.
No, you was next to me. You was next to me. I didn't know anything.
That's the problem. That's the fucking problem, mate.
So
YouTube is the best resource. Somebody said YouTube is the best resource. It's true, man.
Yeah.
And again,
YouTube's unlimited and it's free.
Yeah. And that's why you got to flip it and think, oh, well, I can become the resource on YouTube. Think about that, right? So you want to put the quality content on YouTube about the thing that you're an expert in. And that could be anything. It could be cooking. It could be dancing. It could be, you know, reading. You know, I've seen YouTube channels purely about how to read and how to read faster and what books to read.
I actually, once I read a book, I actually always find a video that dissects it. And there's a real market for that. Like certain books.
You know Blinkist?
Yeah, where it just succinks it all. I like it.
Yeah, I signed up to that for a year. I actually signed up to that. And I love the concept of it. I thought it was a great concept. But then what I realized is I actually just love reading the whole book because I don't absorb it enough in that.
Yeah, I need to read the whole thing or certain parts of it. But yeah, you make a really, really good point. That definitely is the way to go with this sort of thing. So, okay, and this is an investment advice now, but I think it would be good.
It isn't.
No, it's not. But what it would be cool to discuss is how do you then, when it comes to investing, so this is just you personally, and I advise none of you do what we do. We're just having an open conversation now so you can get examples of how people think when it does come to the investing field. How do you make an investment? What do you think? What sort of checks do you do in your mind? What green lights do you need before you part with money and say, I'm going to invest in X, whether it be a crypto or whether it be a stock or a business? Like, you invest in a lot of things, right? I think we could say that openly so they know your repertoire, right? So you are an investor. So what when you look at something, what makes you go, yeah, I'm gonna invest in that? What are the checks you do? What is the compliance in your mind that happens before you make an investment?
All right, cool, I get you. So firstly, in terms of investing in stocks and cryptos and the markets and stuff, I'm in no way an expert or seasoned at that at all, right? But what I've become pretty adept at is investing in people and investing in actual business models that I am very comfortable with and I understand, right? So the first thing I look at is, do I have some skin in the game? You know, that book Skin. Do I have some passion for this area, right? So, okay, I'll tell you the first thing I ever invested in. Very small. It was in 2014, I think, and it was a social media management company. And basically, you know, she was my client at the time. She approached me And she said, "Oh, Jazz, I want to launch this service, this social media management service." At the time, then social media management wasn't as big as it is now, and she was
And you
like,
actually managed my social media with that company as well.
"Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
Joe, you know Joe, yeah. So she was like, "Oh, I just need some cash," and then, you know, and I was like quite taken aback. I was like, "Oh, I've never done this before." Anyway, I took a look at it and I was like, you know what, this makes sense to me. I do see a market for this. I really do see. And I kind of envision and imagine myself, okay, is there a market for this? Would I be able to sell it or market it? And if I was a consumer, would I buy into this, right? Also things like, you know, how much are you investing? What's the realistic return? And what's the exit plan here? So our plan here was to build it up and then sell it on Flipper or Empire Flippers. Anyway, so I went in on it. The things I looked at here was Joe, the partner, the efficiency of her. Okay, do I believe in her? Because a lot of these things, it's like, you know, it's only as good as the CEO or the partner is going to work in it. And she had the work ethic. She definitely had the business sense. She had a clear strategy. I was like, okay, cool. You know, and trust was already there because she was a client of mine.
Yeah.
But I got to think, okay, what's my involvement on this project, right? How much time? So, if you know me, I'm always on about time. Yeah, much more valuable than money, right? So, I always think, okay, what do I have to do in this project? You know, is it worth my time? And this was pretty much hands off. Okay, I just had to take a look at it and give her some tips on how to brand it, you know, the marketing stuff. So that's a one-time thing for me. And then she goes and gets the customers and, you know, I collect my paycheck or whatever. So anyway, I went in with this. I think it was a couple of grand at the time, which was a lot of money for me. I was fully prepared to lose that because I think you should be. And I knew it was a bit of a risk. And anyway, that turned out to go pretty well, that one small investment. And so I kind of learned from that. I was like, okay, that was good. That worked. Now, how can I expand on that? Or how can I, take what I learned there, apply it to different things? And I basically just started becoming real good at spotting opportunities, like seeing little gaps and little spaces in markets, or being able to leverage somebody's skill sets. You see what I mean? So I would work with a lot of people, and like, for example, there would be somebody who's very good on video, right? They're very good on video, or very good at creating videos, let's say, but they don't really know how to monetize that skill, right? How to take that skill, package it up, and offer it to the masses or an audience or whatever. So I kind of became good in, okay, look, I'll put up some cash. Let's partner up. I'll leverage you do the work or you do the skills, and I'll give you the vision and slap the marketing on it and show you how to drive the thing. And then, at the end of it, it's a win-win for everybody.
So basically, right? You bootstrap venture capital. Basically,
well,
at a small scale. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You bootstrap it. Like,
yeah.
You spot something in someone, you'll teach them the business element they need to learn for it, which is dope. Because I don't think that's something that a lot of people think about. That is one area of investment.
Yeah,
you can do that. You can do that.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. There's a question here, right? Which so what are your thoughts on using a financial planner, e.g. St. James's Place versus DIY route? So first thing I'll say to that is I have a lot of close links in SJP. They're a reputable firm. However, what I will say is this is do the research yourself, do the studying yourself, because these places sell you pension plans, they sell you life insurances, mortgages, all that sort of stuff, bank accounts. Know what they're selling you before you jump in bed with a company like this, because they charge you quite high fees. They usually have minimum investments, I think, of 50 to 100K. Me personally, I don't need, from my perspective, I'm paying you to do something I can do. So it's not for me. However, I have the time and I'm in the industry to sit there and research these things. I'm not opposed to them though. I see the value in financial planning. I see the value in wealth management. So I would say 100% explore it, but I would do the DIY route before without investing anything. Learn it all. Learn what they're going to sell you. And you remember back when, so this is funny, we talked about the social media thing. You did my social media after I did a social media course, do you remember? And I said to you, cool, now I know about it. Now I'm happy to pay someone to do it because I know what to do now. So I can have a conversation with Joe or whatever her name was and say, yeah, boom, this is what I need.
Yeah.
And we can get it cracking. Do you know what I'm saying? So
100%,
that's cool.
man.
All right, we only got 10 minutes left of this. I'm just trying to think if there's anything we haven't really covered.
Any more questions?
Sangha Music's coming with like mad conspiracy theories. Like they don't want us to learn. They don't. That's true. If they wanted to teach us about wealth, they would.
Sangha Music's right. Sangha Music's right. Okay, but you know this. That they don't want to teach us certain things in schools and society because then it wouldn't operate the way it is operating. So he's right in a sense. Like
100%. Look, in school, really, they should be teaching you taxes. They should be teaching you basic money management.
Saving.
They should be teaching you sales. There's a lot of things they should be teaching you at school. However, the beauty of what we have now is we have the internet. So we don't feel sorry for ourselves and we say, okay, I need to learn about taxes. Let me go into Google. Let me learn about taxes. I need to learn how to sell. Great. Let me find a Jordan Belfort course or something online and let me learn how to sell. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, now it's all at your fingertips. And I think now, I'm saying. With investment, all you need to do is learn, research it, learn about it. And to be honest, talk to people. Like, no one actually will hold the ideas to themselves. If you say to someone, hey, this is what I'm trying to do, they won't be like, oh, no, I'm not going to give you advice. Like, the best traders and investors I know, we can have open conversations and open discussions about a sector or particular investments that we're looking at and weigh it up, because I might be looking at something and then I might see you and you might see an angle that I haven't seen and say, actually, are you sure that's a good investment because of this? Do you get what I'm saying? And sometimes collaboration is always good as well. So yeah. Self-learning. And Bajaj is very experienced in the finance markets as well. I know that for a fact, and a dope producer. So like, this is all it is learning it yourself and then and you can't get scammed. You can't get scammed.
Well, exactly. So touching back on what we were talking about earlier, right? So the internet is incredibly empowering because the information is there, right? And any of the things we've just talked about, from crypto to Forex to financial planning to the person asking about stock investments, you can actually arm yourself with the knowledge, or at least the very basic knowledge. So then you can actually start asking smart questions from the right people. And, if some of my students are on here, I did send them a link, like, I always tell them all the time, I didn't come from no marketing background, or I can barely even open files. Like, I'm not techie at all. But what I got good at was just working really hard and basically learning things that I enjoyed learning about. In school, we didn't really like our lessons. Like, we didn't like history, geography, that. But when I started learning about actual lessons that you can apply to life, then it became like, well, this is fun. Why wouldn't I put more work into this?
Yeah, I'm about to turn 30 and I haven't stopped studying. But the funny thing is, the studying came after school. Like, that's when I started to find things I wanted to learn about and was learning constantly. And
it's fun.
So,
it's actually fun. Like, learning.
That's great. Yeah.
And then once you see the result, there's nothing better than that. It's even like working out. A lot of people working out. When you see those results in 6 months, like from going from.
How's your workout going? How's your little workout?
Well, I was pretty ill this week, so I had to stop.
Oh, is it?
So I haven't done it for 4 or 5 days, but I still, I recovered quite quick, and I'm gonna get back on it. I was meant to get back on it today, but obviously we had this call. But yeah, I'll probably get back on it for tomorrow.
You said to do it today. Don't go, we had this call. You said to do it today. If you wanted to work out, you're going to work out.
I'm making excuses. But yeah, I'm going to get back onto the workouts tomorrow. But here's another example, yeah? So I'm following the Joe Wicks workouts, yeah? Some of you lot find funny. I don't know why. But Cool, whatever. It's funny. I find them good. Joe Wicks though has built a fucking 7-figure, maybe 8-figure brand here.
Yeah.
By putting out content that he's passionate about, right? And now his workouts ain't the best, right? I'm getting laughed at for doing it, bro. But he's making the most money because he's got the most passion for the brand. So this is what I'm saying. Like sometimes it's hard to turn the marketing hat off, right? But it's a good thing to have because you start spotting opportunities, right? When I saw Joe Wicks, I was like, shit, okay, he's smashing it, bro. He's got, he's built up this content, this channel, and he's created a course, and then he sold the course. So it's the same principles. You can apply them across different.
It's the same model everywhere. It is the
same model. It's the same model. And, once you crack it, then it's like just rinse and repeat. But you get to pick and choose. Like, oh, okay, I want to do this project because I'm passionate about it, or this one, and then you can say no to other ones.
Yeah. All right, I think this is probably a good time to wrap it up. Have you got any closing thoughts?
No, man. Closing thoughts. I mean, I think we covered a lot today. So, I think it's important that we say like we're not. And it's not that people are dumb or anything. It's just that these scammers are very sneaky, very clever, and you also, the big takeaway is I think just if you want to learn about something. Don't just learn it to try and get rich, right? Detach from the outcome and just do, something you're passionate about. But if you do want to take advantage of stocks, maybe for the next, the next Black Swan event or whatever, maybe for the next one, whenever that may be, then start learning now, isn't right? Start getting the books or start watching the YouTube channels, start consuming that content, and that'll put you in a much better position to make smart decisions rather than I'm thinking about some of these messages. Like earlier, somebody literally said to me, Jazz, have you seen this new crypto matrix? Crypto matrix. I mean, I was like, okay, shit. But yeah, and that's it, man. So, and also, we're working on a brand new startup. It's called Curate. Go to @Curate Project. Where we are actually integrating crypto into a shopping app. So this is pretty cool, right? And I'm pretty excited about this. This is a way that we're trying to gamify crypto and basically introduce it to the masses. So go check that out, especially if you're an influencer, because we give you an opportunity to connect with your users, all in one platform. And that's it. If anybody wants to know more, then they can add me. I'm happy to answer any questions or whatever. But main thing, just like, don't give your money to a trader on Instagram, because that's
basically. I think that's the main thing. Please, don't give your money to random people on the internet, and also don't believe anything on the internet.
Yeah.
Even this conversation, don't believe it. Just don't believe anything. Just literally believe nothing. Believe nothing, and you'll be fine. Yeah. Although I've tried to be very careful today and not say anything that would lead you into investing into anything. Hopefully you should not know what assets I'm involved in or where I put my money. Do you get what I'm saying? Unless you're on my close friends list on Instagram and you're able to see the charts that I'm putting up at the moment. But
the final thing. So I have like some younger cousins and stuff who I'm sure a couple of you are here, right? So you guys, because you're still at uni and you're maybe just working part-time, like stocks and Forex should just be off the table for you, right? I was telling you, like, all the money that you guys have, you should either save or just buy some books, right? Or just buy some books to learn shit, because you ain't got the capital to really do much with that. So you're better off investing in actual knowledge, right? That's what's going to pay you long term.
Smart.
Do you know?
Yeah, 100%.
That's it,
cool.
Man.
All right, I think that's a good time to wrap it up. It's going to cut us off in a minute anyway. So
I've got to watch Kobe Kai anyway.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, everyone, thanks for joining us. No, I haven't started it. I'll message you after. I'll message you. Yeah, all right. Bless up.
See you later, bye.